Okay, when we talk about Kalthoum, it's you're talking about Egypt. For me, it's you talk about Egypt because Kalthoum started in 1920 or something like that. Her real name was Fatma, and they called her Kalthoum because one of the prophet daughter was named Kalthoum as well. She started by reciting the Quran in one of the village school, call it Kuttab, not even a school. And at this time, girls didn't go to this kind of katatib or schools, and they weren't rich. But her father used to sing the Quran, and that's how she started reciting the Quran. And the good people, we call it muqri, who can read the Quran, is when they're rhyming it. So it's not just you read, you recite, but you.
Kalthoum was known as the voice of Egypt, and it's so true because anywhere you go in Cairo, in Luxor, in Alexandria, you'll hear her music in the cab drivers, in the cafes, and just in people's homes. She truly is honored and loved very much there.
Call the music hers, but really the songs are ours. Hello. My name is Mohammed Abdel Wahab, and it is a pleasure to be here. I am a singer and composer. I wrote the national anthems of Libya, Tunisia, the United Arab Emirates, and my own beloved Egypt. I also wrote many nationalist songs of Egypt, and was awarded the rank of general by President Anwar Sadat. I am called the singer to princes and kings. I met her in 1964, and she really is quite amazing. Her vocal range dips as low as the second octave and rises as high as the eighth. Kalthoum would take the stage in concert for 6 hours, with each song lasting 1 to 2 hours. Her legacy cannot be denied. Kalthoum single-handedly redefined people's ideas of musical performance. We collaborated for 10 years during the final chapter of her career. But before we collaborated, we were incredible rivals. We were both stars, but she focused on all things classically Egyptian, while I was constantly innovating. We couldn't have been more different. If I'm honest with you, I'll admit that rivalry lasted through the early years of our working together. But ultimately, we became friends and trusted colleagues. What you may not know is that the president of Egypt, Gamal Nasser, ordered us to work together to co-create our first piece into Omri. But more on that later. In 1970, I wrote Waiteret Al-Ayam, or Days Gone By, for her. It could be called a love song, but it's not about falling in love. It's more about reconciliation. Two lovers argued and left each other. He returns, admits that he was wrong, and she forgets the argument and is ready to start over. Here, have a listen.
all grew up just listening to Kalthoum. Every first Thursday of the month, she had to have a new song, where all Egyptian, at this time there is no TV, if you cannot afford to go to the theater, you have only the radio. Will be around the radio, nothing, you cannot, you just, it's, life is paralyzed. You just to hear Kalthoum. So I grew up with a artistic, musical family that all like music, all like dancing, all like art. And we used to hear Kalthoum, even if we didn't understand her lyrics. But, you grow up, you have someone to inspire you. So you see your parents, your grandmother, your grandfather, every Thursday of the month. And then you keep hearing Kalthoum and all what you hear in the street. Oh my God, did you see Kalthoum, what she said yesterday? What was the lyrics? So that's how we were first introduced to Kalthoum.
I have to say that my first experiences with Kalthoum was with Bobby Farah, and Into Omri was one of his favorite pieces of music to dance to, and watching the passion that came out of him from dancing to that music, and the richness of the music and the history behind the Thursday night radio show programs, and the way the Egyptians loved it, that the whole country loved that music. And as a coincidence, This Is My Life, I use that song as a ringtone for my mother when she calls me, because she is my life.
Politically, things were changing. The Muslim Brotherhood was established in Ismail, Egypt, and they advocated a political and a forceful approach to Islam, one paying strict obedience to the letter of Sharia law. It was a group at odds with most Egyptians, and the Egyptian government considered them a terrorist group. During this time, Father struggled with taking me to Cairo so I could take the next step in my career. For me and my family, it was always about the music and the message. We were artists, and we simply wanted to share. So Father prayed about it, and he talked it over with Mother, and after many conversations, he decided to move our family to Cairo. I was 17. And I have to tell you, it was difficult for me at first. The rich people hated me. They considered me old-fashioned and behind the times. They laughed at my cotton clothes and melody or country manners, and whispered behind my back that I didn't know how to use a knife and fork. But Egypt's middle class and the poor loved me. And I quickly realized that the secret to success and to make my family proud of leaving our home for Cairo was to win the hearts of all Egyptians, rich or poor. So I began to dress like the wealthy class. I listened to the way that the rich people spoke, and I learned the ladies' behaviors, their manners, and how they moved, and I mimicked them until they became my own. I sought out the very best acting teachers and the vocal coaches, and I surrounded myself with top musicians, composers, and poets. 1928 through 1935 were big years. During those years, I hired my own orchestra. And I performed for the first time in a glamorous sequin gown. My fame had grown so much that I was sought after to perform all over the Middle East. And so I decided to produce a large tour, and I stopped in cities like Damascus, in Baghdad, Beirut, and Tripoli. And I started my weekly Thursday night radio show on Radio Cairo, which aired for 40 years. On Thursday nights, Cairo's lively streets were silent because Egyptians were in their homes with me on the radio. And the royal family, who often invited me to perform private concerts for them, they even attended some of my public events. This was such an honor to me. I also won my first recording contract, and I starred in the first of my 6 films, Bilad. And I'm pleased to share with you that this was the first Egyptian film ever featured at an international film festival.
this time was influential on my music. I was fascinated by Western instruments, like the electric guitar, which affected my style, and you can hear it in my songs. I introduced the electric guitar to Arabic music, and the people loved it. Dancers did too. The first dancer to perform for one of our songs was Sohara Zeki, who performed to Layla Hub, or Night of Love. It's the story of how devastated and lonely a woman feels when her lover is late, and she begs him not to postpone their happiness. Om saw Sohara perform to this song and loved her elegant interpretation of the music. Layla Hub remains a favorite of dancers all around the world, still to this day.
Kalthoum music, I always said, it's not easy to dance on Kalthoum music. It's the pure classical music in the world, as Egyptian music. So it's not a dancing music. It's a feeling. You can cry. Lisa Fakir, do you still remember that I will fall in love with you again? That's heartbreaking. It's someone who left you and he think that you can get back to him. So it's so difficult to even feel and dance on it. So when Zaki was courageous enough she's the first to start dancing on Kalthoum music. And then it became a trend. Okay. Then it became people who had a new version of her music just for dancers.